What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Three for Three. Today, we're going to be talking about basketball, as you can see by some of our jerseys. It's Sandra,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's Jalen.
It's Jeff. What's up?
and topic of discussion today. Well, there's going to be various topics of discussions, but to start, the impending trade of Nikola Mirotic. Be on the lookout for his trade special in the upcoming weeks, because I believe the trade deadline is just after the All-Star break, which is very soon. So again, be on the lookout.
Valentine's.
Nikola Mirotic, we all know him for the Bulls. He's quietly putting together a very, very solid season, and there are a lot of teams out there that want that man. A lot of teams that could need that man because Mirotic and that other man who could shoot threes on the Bulls, marketing a little redundant.
Yeah.
So, a little redundant.
What? Why are you laughing?
Mad funny. Because they are mad redundant, and it's just because they're foreign.
Well, with that being said, what do you guys think will be the best destination for Nikola Mirotic?
I heard some rumors about him going to the Pistons, which I don't think would be a bad trade. I don't know what like his trade value would be. Like I don't know where his contract is. I know he's like 26, 27, I think. So he's still got like good years. He's in his prime, so to speak. But like in terms of contract and like salary, I don't know what it is. But like for the Pistons, they could trade. They got Luke Kennard, right? If I'm not mistaken, in the draft. So, like, he'd be a good prospect for the Bulls. They're trying to get a young team, whatever. And then, I don't know if they throw in some bench player or, like, maybe even their pick. Because their pick will be, like, a decent pick, but not, like, a high pick. They'll probably get, like, I don't know, like, 14 to 18 or something, maybe.
Yeah, they probably want to hold on to their pick.
But, like, either way, like, Luke Kennard, a good young prospect, and, like, some bench role player. And, like, because the Pistons are on that verge of, like, they're like a second tier Eastern Conference team, like the Celtics and Cavs, and even like Toronto and Washington are still a little above them. Like Celtics and Cavs are like 1A, and like Toronto and Washington are like 1B, and then like Detroit's like 2. So like they're trying to move up, so to speak. Because like Andre Drummond at the 5, Tobias Harris at the 4, Mirotic at the 3, or vice versa. And like when Reggie Jackson comes back at the 1, like. That would be a decent lineup, so.
If I'm the Wizards, I'm going after Mirotic. I think the Wizards are one piece away from kind of beating, not Cleveland, but they're one step away from Eastern Conference Finals. And I think their biggest issue over the last like 3 years has been they don't have a solid inside presence. Because they have Gortat, he'll get you like 10, but like who cares about that? I think having Mirotic as your third option to kind of, when Bradley's hurt or not playing well, to kind of give you a solid 15 to 17 in exchange for like Morris, who's kind of doing the same thing. But I think Mirotic is just a better Morris.
But that's what I'm saying though. Is like, for example, like Mirotic is like in between Oubre and Morris in the sense that they can both get you like 15, and Morris will get you like maybe 8. But like Mirotic is a small forward / power forward. Both are like, you know, Morris is more power forward, Oubre is more small forward. But like you said, you need someone to get you like 15, 17. Both those guys could probably do that. Morris can probably get you 6 to 8 rebounds. Like he doesn't average that much, I don't think, but like he can, like whatever. And but like I don't see him, like I think their biggest problem is the center. Like Mirotic would be a good replacement. Like I don't think he's that much of an upgrade where it'll really take them that much of a step up.
I think he is, because I think he's a much better shooter and he's a better scorer. Wizards right now don't have a third option, a consistent third option. They have Otto Porter, but Otto. I don't know if he's not consistent.
He's dropping 16.
Nah, he's a consistent shooter.
He's dropping 16, getting 21 game, and 10 the next.
But he's
Mirotic is getting
high percentages means consistency.
But they don't have that inside guy.
And
like Morris
you could
can
argue
give you
Mirotic
14.
isn't either. Mirotic is.
I don't think Mirotic is as good as or any better than Morris on the inside. Really.
Do not get me wrong.
Mirotic eats.
Not on the inside. Not as much.
He be eating. He be hitting threes, cutting, pump fake, drive.
You just said threes and then pump fake shot, like that inside presence. Like.
I think I would do it.
Undoubtedly, I feel like it probably would be an upgrade over Markieff Morris, even though defensively you might be giving up.
But I think I was gonna say, I think you might be giving up too much by giving up Morris and something. By giving up Morris and say a pick or a Morris and like another bench player, I think you're not really upgrading in that sense.
If I'm the Celtics, I'd do it too. honestly.
For Celtics, the Celtics need a power forward. Like they need.
If I'm the Celtics, I'm trading
Morris.
I would trade Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart I'd trade their Morris. Their Marcus Morris or whatever.
I don't think they can because they just got him. I don't know what the rules are with that.
You can
2K. I know you can't do that.
You can do it during. You can't do it like as you get him, but you can do it the next trade deadline. So they can do it like halfway through the season, which is now. Like you have to keep him for half.
Weird?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, all right then. But I don't think they're gonna accept that trade. I wouldn't. If I'm the Bulls, I'm not trading Morris.
Well, not straight up. They would have to give up something else, obviously. So.
But I think Smart for Mirotic. No, they would need
straight
Smart
up. They wouldn't do that straight up. I don't think either.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that straight up.
And I think Smart and Morris is too much. I think what they would do is do Smart and Morris, and then like they have so many like not crap picks,
random players.
Well, not young random players, but they have like they'll have like the 23rd pick or like the 17th pick or like the 3rd and the 2nd round kind of thing. So they can give up like that kind of pick maybe with one of those two for Mirotic.
We're from the Lakers, honestly. Trade Larry Nance for him. I'll do it.
Not straight. They wouldn't take that straight up though. They wouldn't take that straight.
I think a team that you guys are sleeping on that I think would be a good fit, sticking with the Western Conference, the Utah Jazz. I think Utah's probably 9th, 10th, or 11th. I think 9th to 10th in the standings right now. Definitely need a little more scoring. Need to run some pick and rolls, some Ricky Rubio, Mirotic pick and rolls. Once Gobert comes back, I like that, man. Mirotic stretching the floor.
That was actually really good. I actually like that better than anything I said.
Who do they have? They have Gobert, and then who's that like dude that was supposed to be?
They run with Derek Favors a lot.
Derek Favors, that's right.
He's trash.
It is not working.
Remember when he was supposed to be the one?
That's what I'm saying. He was supposed to be something. Yeah. They shouldn't have given up. They had Trey Lyles, right? They shouldn't have given him up. To the Nuggets.
They got Donovan Mitchell for him, so let's not say that.
That's who they got. I didn't realize that was the trade. Yeah, it was the pick.
Oh, that's actually a really good trade because I think they could slip into the 8 if they had Mirotic.
Yeah, they could definitely with Donovan
Mitchell, Gobert, Rubio.
Is Gobert is he still injured or?
Well, he'll come back eventually.
And hopefully eventually, but yeah.
If Mirotic is there waiting for him, man, 8th seed.
That's the problem. Like Gobert he's had injury
8th seed to get
issues.
swept though. Like, what is the 8th seed nowadays?
Well, you have to look forward to something, man.
What's an 8th seed or a 7th seed or a 6th seed or a 5th seed? The NBA is dead 4 teams. Like, it's gonna be a little slow playoffs.
The 4-5 is the only competitive. The 4-5 is the only competitive.
Literally, like there's gonna be 3 sweeps.
I mean, maybe the third of the East won't be. If like the Wizards get the 3rd or like the Raptors get the 3rd, they'll probably win it, but they might not sweep. They might get like 6 or 5.
Word.
Like we said, there'll be a special just on trades, probably the day before the trade deadline, in which we'll analyze all kinds of rumors and speculations. So be on the lookout for that. With that being said, let's move on to another player that's made some headlines after he clotheslined Andrew Wiggins, Isaiah Thomas. He really tried to kill that man.
Yeah.
No remorse. Him, just whew. He'll be suspended a few games, but being without Isaiah isn't going to be anything new for the Cavs, to be honest.
Yeah.
With that being said, I feel there's something to be said about Isaiah's value to a team. Because we saw it last year. He's a dynamic scorer that can carry a number 1 seed team. But does that really justify a max contract? And something I guess we could talk about and touch on is, does that really make a difference against the Golden State Warriors, the ultimate enemy?
I think much worse players are getting max contracts.
Yeah.
If Gordon Hayward could get a max, Isaiah could get a max.
I think the problem is, like, for example, I mean, obviously Gordon Hayward's injured now, but he got the contract before. Like, he's like Isaiah Thomas is playing well right now, and if he like kills it through the rest of the season and like eats in the playoffs, and maybe they get to 6 or 7 in the finals, I doubt they'll win, but if they even win too, like he could do good things. But like he's 29, he's small, he has a hip issue. Like the only teams that will give him a max contract are like teams that need to, I guess, not rejuvenate their franchise, but like there's teams that they go through a cycle where they're always stuck. Like they had like this Sacramento, they had DeMarcus Cousins before, and like they've had like big name players before, but they've been in a cycle where they've like always been kind of just trash. So they need like teams like that would need a player where at least they can like draw other players to get to them. Like Isaiah Thomas, I don't think any team will sign him that will be a contender. Like I don't think any contender will sign him to a max deal.
I disagree.
I think Cleveland would re-sign him.
I believe so.
I don't think they would sign him to a max.
I think we need to stop doing this thing with Isaiah Thomas that just because he's short means he can't play. Every season
I'm not saying he can't.
In the NBA. No, but I'm saying the whole concept is he's 29, he's older, like he's going to wear out. But if you look at all of the seasons he's had thus far, like he's been nice every year.
I know, but this is after the injury. You have to realize like he was gonna get he would probably like after last season, if his contract ended last season and like he was in free agency, he would have gotten a max. But with the injury and with this, that, and the other thing, like I said, I know there's always the argument like he's a great player even though he is short, whatever. But when it comes down to it, to the playoffs, every little thing counts. And like in the finals, being able to, even though Kyrie wasn't a great defender, he was tall enough and there was times where he could defend. Being able to put your hands up on Stephen Curry, who will, I get it, make the shot either way, is still like an impactful thing. Like,
I'm still taking IT over Kyrie.
Oh, nah.
I'm still doing it.
Definitely a topic for another day because that is
I'm still doing
a little blasphemous.
I believe in IT. He had 30 last year and the number 1 seed in the East.
Yes, on a great team with a great coach, with a great
on the best team in the East
that lost in the almost pretty much. Got
just because you're the number one,
because he got hurt.
You see the number, like just because they were the number 1 seed, they clearly weren't the best team. So let's not do that.
I think they were the best team. I think they would have beat Cleveland if IT didn't get hurt.
Cleveland, okay, they drew it to, like, I understand they went to 6, but like Cleveland routed them like basically every game
with IT hurt.
No.
Yes, he didn't get hurt.
I mean, he did, but like they blew about either. Like, I do not think that would have.
IT played, they would have won that series.
What it comes down to is there's many occasions in which Isaiah just gets taken out because he can't guard the opposing point guard, and that
you know how many point guards can't guard nobody.
That hurts your value. You know how many point guards are 5'9"? Only him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm. There's a difference. Like even if you're not a good defender, like Kyrie just being bigger is a better presence.
That means he literally just cannot be out there because he can't be out there. And
but he'll give you 50 points.
That will undoubtedly hurt your value as a max player, which was the question to begin. And I think something that Jeff said earlier, you said that no contender would want to sign him. I personally disagree with that. I feel like a contender that's looking for that. I don't want to diminish the value that Isaiah does have, but I feel like he is the point guard that you would kind of plug in order to complete your team.
If you list the top 4, if you look at, that's what I was gonna say. Do you think
Isaiah should go to the Spurs?
Do you think the Spurs would?
Did you just say that?
You think that's the question I was going to ask. Like looking at the top 4 teams in the East and West, do you think the Spurs, because the Spurs are a passing kind of defense heavy team, do you think they would sign him and like?
That's the kind of team that would make him work, just like the Boston Celtics did. They were the number 1 seed with being the top 5 defense with a little ass point guard. And San Antonio is a great defensive team that will also find a way to make it all work.
You should be a GM.
I agree.
You should. Hey,
Spurs, hit me up. I'll get you.
Not you. I'm talking about Andres.
If we haven't gotten,
I was saying that's what he should say. But
New York, if we ain't gotten this chip in 5 years, I'm stepping in. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so you're stepping in.
Nah, they're probably gonna hire like Oprah above you. They'd be making the worst decisions. They hire Lamar Odom. That's gonna be the next coach.
Damn. Hopefully all these players can stay injured. We were talking about Gobert, how he's made of glass. Isaiah, how he's just torn down his value, hurting his hip and not playing half the season.
We'll see what happens.
We just gotta see these players.
Trade for Kawhi.
Yeah, he's out again.
And Blake Griffin too. Blake Griffin. You gotta look up when you're playing basketball. Like I don't think he looks up because every game, like he just gets hit.
Yeah, that man.
Like he gotta be more aware. Take some like yoga. Or like something like he doesn't miss any blows. Like, nah.
If we want to see basketball at its most competitive form, these players got to be out there, man. So everybody, pray and hope everybody will stay healthy and we'll see a great playoffs and a great rest of the season.
Word.
It's been
Shout out Alonzo.
It's been Andres.
It's been Jalen.
It's been Jeff.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. I know y'all got a lot to say about
basketball. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So don't forget to do so. We're 3 for 3, and we're out.
All right. Peace, everybody.
Peace.